Hello there, I am Muhanned BEN Salem, master's degree student at Leeds Beckett University, and today I'm going to be talking about John Lewis Company. As it's one of the biggest retailers here in the United Kingdom, operating over than 46 stores and employing over than 38,000 employees. We'll be looking at this company and trying to see the Brexit referendum and its implication on John Lewis. Also, we're trying to analyze this company by looking to different models such as pistol, swap, taos, and portafile forces. Starting with pistol analysis, we'll be looking at the political, environmental, social, technological, legal, and economic. For instance, the UK political system here allows all the companies and organizations to freely operating. That's one thing. On the other hand, we also should consider the implication of Brexit and how it might that be changing. By moving on to social, we've recently noticed that the increase of diversity in the United Kingdom and how that can be a challenge and opportunity for John Lewis in order to how to work it out that for their favor, as they can diversify their products maybe. And we'll be looking at the economically, as we all of us know, maybe most of the company here in the UK, they overcome 2007 crisis, but now they're being examined again and tested by Brexit referendum and the effect of that on the market. Moving on to SWOT analysis, we'll be looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths, I think it's the first and the main factor for Joe Lewis is their brand name and how they have a good reputation in the United Kingdom. Also, their stability in financial stability in recent years. Consider it. Moving on to weaknesses, as John Lewis labeled itself as the premium department store, and now they made this decision to lower their prices on the product in order to try to compete with other retailers. I think it's one of their most weaknesses. Looking now to opportunities, most of the other retailers here in UK or around Europe, they started providing services with their products. For instance, they can provide insurance. Also, a good opportunity for Joe Lewis is the foreign expansion. Moving on the threats. The main threats in my opinion, it's the Joe Lewis, their partnership now, and how that affecting their decision making. Now we'll be moving on to taos analysis. We'll be looking at how they can use their strengths to maximize their opportunity strategy, how they can use the brand name actually to diversify itself in other markets. And now we'll be looking at ST strategy, how they can use their strengths to minimize how to work out their threats. As we commonly know that John Lewis has recently the most employee satisfaction. They can use that in order to expand in foreign markets. Also, we'll be looking at the WO strategy, how they can work their weaknesses along the side with opportunities. As their decision of lower their prices might affect their might affect their profit this year, they will be recommended to explore growth opportunities either domestically or internationally. Moving on to WTA strategy, how they can work their weaknesses into the threats. As this strategy used often lead to undesirable market position, I think it's not the case with John Lewis. Moving on to Porter 5 forces, the bragging of power suppliers. I think, in my opinion, it's a medium-high bragging position against John Lewis, as they have the brand name, and they can use that with the manufacturers and suppliers in order to get higher opportunity in the market. In the other hand, they don't have that exclusive contracts to balance it. Now, moving on to threats of new entrants. I think for the time being, at least for the short term, it wouldn't be the case for John Lewis to be threats of a new entrants, as it's the new entrants must achieve a strong brand name in order to compete. Moving on to bragging of buyers. I think it's overall high, as there are plenty of the department stores here in the UK, and also consumer could choose to satisfy their retail needs. The threats of substitutes, as they don't classify themselves by producing something that cannot be substituted. I believe the threats of substitutes is very high here. Internal rivalry, as we briefly mentioned here in United Kingdom, the competition between the retail stores is pretty high. So we now move into conclusion. How we can, from my findings here in this report, I can say that macro environments work in favor for John Lewis. As in the other hand, we could consider that the Brexit thing, that the UK might be out of European Union, it's that offering uncertain economic, Also, that by looking into the macro analysis, we've said before that the competition between retailers here in the UK is pretty high, and thus the paramount importance for John Lewis has to develop the new strategy to overcome that. Looking to SWOT and TAUS analysis, we come with good conclusion how they can maybe work out their foreign expansion, and how it's might be good and beneficial for them, and also how they can structure their partnership. And that's it for John Lewis Company, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.